Hi, I'm Carolyn Meyer. I go by Liz, and I'm making this video to show you my slideshow. So this was my Get to Know Me page, and the color is kind of like wonky, but you're gonna have a copy of my slideshow too. So this is my Get to Know Me page. There's me and my daughter Aubrey. And then for basic info, let me try to, okay. For basic info, it talks about that when I was born, January 30th, 1992, that I go by Liz, not Carolyn, that I was born to my birth mother, my birth father, Julie and Michael, but I was raised by Sis and Wilson. Those are my adopted parents. My birth families have recently found me and reconnected with me. That's been a whole mess in and of itself. Let's see. It's kind of like rocked my world, them like having contact with me and, trying to apologize for the adoption and all that stuff. So that's what, like I say in here. This is my house. I live in a house with my boyfriend Dylan and our daughter Aubrey. She is 6 months old now. I have 2 dogs. Their names are Ryder and Tucker, and this is Ryder up here. I'm a full-time private nanny, so I'm a nanny for a 2-year-old little girl and a 7-year-old little girl. The 2-year-old is here with me right now, and that's what I do from about 8 to about 5:30 every day, Monday through Friday. There's another picture. That's me and Ryder at my maternity pictures. Here's Aubrey. And then for my self-discrepancy theory, I'm thinking that my ought self was pretty much fueled by my mom. Nothing is good enough for her, and she projects that onto you. So, she says, like, you ought to be, 75 pounds lighter, or 100. You ought to be done with school by now, and if not, then you need 1 more year, and you need to beat your brother out of college, and if not, then how can you live with yourself being a failure, and your daughter's going to grow up knowing that you didn't try, and blah, 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 and that college isn't an option. And so she projects all that onto me. So that's why I said that, that is my ought self, would be being like skinnier, smarter, more driven. She just doesn't understand, like, how life just really wears people down. And she's one of those people that if you don't do it her way, it's the wrong way. And she will tell me that, I'm fat, I'm a failure, like, how can you live with yourself? Like stuff like that, because she thinks, and we've been to therapy before, she thinks that is going to drive you to prove her wrong, and I'm not one of those people. So we have a really hard time, like seeing eye to eye, or me trying to understand, because I would never tear somebody down to get the results that I wish they would have. My actual self is, me realizing that actually, I truthfully am an overweight working mom, just trying to get by, just trying to pass classes, just trying to, push myself as best I can, no matter how exhausted I am. That's who I really am, and realizing that, that's not my favorite things to say about myself, but that is who I am. So that's my actual self. And then my ideal self, I really would like to be a college graduate, pass my classes, be proud of myself. Those are the things that I think that I need in my life and that are important to me. So those are my ideals. Hold on just 1 minute, okay? Okay. So that's what I put for that. And then let's see. Okay, so I put another picture of myself and Aubrey. This light's driving me crazy. And this is about the introvert and extrovert. I am definitely an extrovert. For my makeup company, I actually have to do live Facebook videos. And those are the most, well, humiliating is not the right word, but they're so scary because people are watching you and you don't know, if they like what they're watching. Are they just sitting there making fun of you? Stuff like that. So, it's like, it's pretty scary. But I am an extrovert, and that still scares me. So I put on here that I definitely would say I'm an extrovert to the core of its meaning. I love talking to people. I feel good when I talk to people. I could talk to a stranger, and I feel lonely when I don't have people to interact with, and I talk more about that later. So I definitely think I'm an extrovert, and as much as I can tell so far, I think Aubrey is going to be also, because she will talk to anyone. She's not like, she hasn't had the like stranger anxiety. She talks to anybody in a restaurant, in a store, whatever. She's constantly like babbling and smiling at them. So I hope she stays that way. And then I put another picture of us. And then for my Myers-Briggs personality results, mine was ESFP. So I think that completely like encompasses me. It says that no other personality type is so generous with time and effort they devote to others. And that is like so true. These people that I work for, he is a doctor. I mean, she is a doctor and he is a federal agent. And sometimes their hours are crazy. Sometimes I spend the night and spend the whole weekend there. Sometimes I don't come home till 8 o'clock at night, and I don't complain. Even if it bothers me, that I'm there so late or whatever it is, I don't care to help people out in any way that I can. Even if it gives up, personal time, or even if I really don't want to. I have a really hard time telling people no. I know that kind of makes me a pushover too, but I really enjoy to help people and devote time to them and effort to them and money to them or whatever it might be. A lot of people that are around me that are in my, makeup group, and they want makeup, but they can't afford it. There's a lot of times like, I just end up buying it and shipping it to them, just to surprise them. Okay, so I said that, I really liked the test results because it said that a good job for someone with the, ESFP would be a social worker, and that's exactly, I want to get a graduate degree in social work. I would like to start as a guidance counselor but move into a social work position. So I thought this test was awesome, and it was dead on for me. So it's really cool that there are tests out there that by questions they can tell you, what drives you, what you don't like. And I thought the other test was even cooler with the like percentages of what makes up a Liz Meyer. I thought, that was really cool. So, as far as like the biblical like integration, so even though that part like confused me a little, I just posted some Bible verses that really drive me, and they're like the core, of my life. And I feel like that is my biblical integration. That's how I integrate, that's my Bible in my life and in my being. And so I put, so then as we have opportunity, let us do good to everyone, and especially to those who are the household of faith, Galatians 6:10. All of this goes back to me just wanting to help people and love one another and show them love and compassion and, go above and beyond. And I want to show people the love of Christ. And, I get all like goosebumpy when I talk about that. But, I've done some mission work in Ecuador and I can't wait to go back with my daughter when she's a little bit older. But I just truly think that like a biblical application to my life is I show my love to people through gifts, through words of encouragement, through, that's kind of like how I am. And I want to be the light in people's lives and the light of Christ, and show people what it is to be a follower and what it is to truly, love on people and just show them what that looks like, and not at a price like these people that I'm sending makeup to. Like, it's not to get their business. you know, in the future when they have the money. I mean, would I love their business? Yes, but, you know, I just want to love on them, and I just want to show them that I'm, you know, so thankful that they're even a part of my life, a part of my group, and even hearing out my presentation, you know, to receive, you know, to like see what products I have to even offer. So I just, you know, that kind of, I had it. And like another one was Galatians 6:2, carry each other's burdens, and in this way you will fulfill the law of Christ. And I feel like, you know, and I have 2 friends right now, and they're going through a really, really hard time, and I feel like, excuse me, I've been praying so hard over them and for them and with them, and, you know, just really wanting to help them in any way that I can. And I feel like the carrying the burdens, like I feel like I do that. And, you know, and I don't ever brag on myself for anything, but I know that I'm a good friend, and I know that I'm very, very helpful and honest, and even though I don't ask for help from people, I always am the one that people come to for help and prayer and encouragement and all that stuff. So that's my like biblical application, you know, integration, because the Bible, like these verses and the helpfulness and the being kind to others and showing them the compassion, you know, rooted, you know, I learned that from the Bible, and I learned that from my relationship with Christ and how it makes me feel. And I just want others, if other people can feel just an ounce of what I feel, then, you know, I just think that I'm doing my job and like what I'm supposed to do. So, and let's see. And then next, here's a picture of Ryder and Tucker. Ryder, Tucker, there's Dylan. Okay, and then I kind of like touched on like being a mom. I just wanted you to really get like a good feel for me. So this being a mommy, this was this becoming a mommy this early was not planned without a marriage, a house that we own, and an education. I was not ready at all, but I know they say that you never can really be fully ready. I try my best to do all my homework, but I get very overwhelmed when I'm trying to pass. And then my boyfriend's never home because his work hours. And then when the hardest thing is that if I have no help to be able to complete my homework, my daughter won't let me put her down. She's like, you know, she's not scared of strangers, but she doesn't want her mommy to put her down. So she screams, throws fits. It's been very hard. So unless I literally have someone in my house with me, or go to my parents' house when they can help me and they can like physically hold her so I can get my work done, it doesn't get finished, and it stinks, and it's really hard on me to get behind and to fail, because I'm not a failure. I've just been speaking that into being Finley. Because I honestly, you know, I need an education. I need it. I want to show her that an education is important. And it just gets really, you know, things just really start to pile on each other. You get behind on one thing, and then you have three more things due, and then you didn't even have help in the first place to get the first thing done. So how can you, you know, it's just like a vicious cycle. So that's kind of like me right now, is this whole, it's testing every bit of patience I have with not being able to get homework done, trying to take quizzes with a screaming baby on my lap. You know, it's gotten really, really rough. So that's, you know, I just kind of, and I kind of put in the last thing, it's very difficult to me that I have to take care of someone else's children and do not get to bring my own child with me, and I miss her all day. So I'm dealing with some definite separation anxiety, lack of sleep, lack of whatever, help, and this mom thing is really hard, and I just am trying to push through the best I can. That's kind of what that was. Here's a picture of Dylan and me. I think Finley's about to come be in the video. You want to come here? You want to come sit with me? Look, that's Lizzie. Can you say hi?
Hi.
This is Finley, and I can't get anything done without a 2-year-old, so that is Lizzie. Okay, so she's going to help me, I guess. Okay, so